Here we go.
Wait. Yeah. We're good.
Just the Thought Podcast. We are back with another one. Shout out to my co-hosts Andre and Tion. I hope they're having a blessed week. Y'all stay blessed. Nothing but the rest. Hey man, we got two special homies on the podcast today. We got the Yard Mind podcast in on the building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there,
man. Big up.
there,
Hey,
there.
man. Hey, man.
True.
Big ups. Big ups. I know we had to cut our conversation short last time, but you know what? I'm happy that we get to connect again because I got a lot to talk about. And after we actually discussed last weekend, I tuned into y'all live, bro, and y'all live was
That is great.
incredible.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Yes,
That
yes.
was a really interesting question you asked.
Yeah.
Which one?
About which one do you prefer? If someone were to be loyal to you
Or honest.
or honest?
It's a tough
You
one.
said you said loyalty.
Yeah.
No, I said loyalty
Why you say loyalty?
because I see it as I don't expect anybody to be honest with me 100% 24/7, you know. And I gave the example of a Muslim, a Christian, a Buddhist, you know. They're loyal to their religion and to their God, but are they really honest? And it's okay not being honest because you can be forgiven for not being honest. But you're expected to be loyal,
Real.
you know.
But then again, like not telling the truth can be perceived as not being loyal as well. So that's a
It
tricky
can be.
thing.
But are you saying that this person should is this person always lying to me by when you say honesty?
I think it comes down to how a person internally defines loyalty. Like for
That's
me,
true.
you can tell me a white lie, but as long as I know your heart's in the right place, I'm fine with that.
Exactly. That's what I
A
would.
white lie. A white
Or
lie.
even it depends on the lie. If the lie was told with the best intentions from me in order to protect me or do something in my name for my benefit because they felt like they needed to do this, I'd be fine with that. I feel like loyal. Like if I tell him something and someone asks him and he's up there on the stands like that, on the stands testifying and he tells a little lie on the stands, he's been loyal to me. He could have told the truth. And in that sense, the truth would have, not shown loyalty. Like it comes down to like even if someone's snitching, like
that's
snitching
true.
as well.
That's
It's snitching. If you
Ah.
snitch, are you loyal or just being honest? And snitching would be seen as being very disloyal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the case of snitching, I think that's more about being honest than being
Yeah.
loyal.
But the
I
thing
see
is,
what you're saying. So you pick loyalty over honesty.
definitely.
100 times. Because loyalty, you do it with the best intentions to the person. Like, I'd rather have someone lie to me than be disloyal.
But what if it's something big that person is holding back from you?
They're
And they don't
holding
want to tell you because they know it's gonna hurt you.
But
Is
that's
that
the
being
thing.
loyal or are they lying to you?
They're being loyal because they're protecting me. They're looking out for me. They're
But
doing what subjectively they're doing what they think is best for me in that case. They're not doing it maliciously. They're not lying to me maliciously to hurt me or to deceive me. They're doing it to protect me. Because it's just like when a parent lies to their kid and they're giving them the medication, they're like, this is gonna taste good. It's beautiful. And when you take that pill, it's the worst thing.
Yeah, the train, yo, boy. Woo, that was I hated that.
It's like when people say that, let's be brutally honest. What's that thing?
Yeah.
Radical honesty.
Radical honesty. No.
That
Don't give me that. No.
No one wants that realistically.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we all have somebody like that in our family. Usually it's the grandma. The grandma's sweet, but she's brutally honest.
Yeah, because
True.
she has earned that. She's earned that title with years and she knows when to be honest, and she's not doing it to hurt you. She's doing it so you can grow.
Yeah.
I'm
Honestly, like I think the older you get, like the less you care less about, for example, trying to go around the corners. You just go directly. I don't have much time, so I'm just going directly right at it.
And the experience has taught you exactly what line would bring. Like You lie about something today, but eventually it will catch up to you.
Catch up.
She's just skipping that. She's just skipping all that rigmarole and just getting to the end. I tell you,
that's true. Hey, no, there's a ranking. There's a ranking. You're right. I'm gonna say, me personally, I'm gonna say honesty over loyalty. Yeah, because listen, I mean, a lot of us, we grow up without a father. Some of us are lucky too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in my case, you know what I'm saying, my dad wasn't really there. So when he did make these promises to me, and he was loyal, you know, he was a good person. I'm not saying he's a bad person. Like, you know, even though he wasn't there, he wasn't in our life, he did provide when he could. He's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? That's being loyal, you know? But there was times where he was holding a lot back. And then when I found out, it was like, I prefer him to tell me that than him just to hide it, you know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that need to be said to people instead of let me just hold it back because this is gonna hurt somebody. I've been told harsh truths. I'm pretty sure y'all have too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the time you're like, damn, why would you say something like that to me? But then you realize it was like, yo, I needed it because imagine if they wouldn't have told me and I found out myself. So that's why.
But then there's the reverse of that. Like when they hold this back, because you're saying your dad's a good guy. At his core, he's a good person, right?
He is. Yeah.
So you internalize. You know, right now you've grown to the point where you're like, he did this to protect me. He didn't do it to hurt me. He broke those promises, or he didn't reveal that stuff in order to protect me. You know, so now you know, but honestly, in the moment might have been the better call, but over the long term, he's seeing it differently as well. Like from his perspective, like you can love someone so much and be so loyal to them that you can't stand to see them in pain.
Yeah.
Like just the thought of seeing that person that you love so much and you care about so much in pain makes you just want to do anything to prevent that.
I have a question for you, Ray.
Go ahead.
But do you think that, like, because now you're an adult, you're saying, yeah, I wish my father would have told me this as an adult, but as a kid, do you think you could have been able to process the honesty and actually value the honesty that he should have gave you as a kid?
That's a good question. And I'm gonna tell you this. I think I could have handled it because even though he was telling me other things, I saw the actions. I saw it already.
You saw it.
I just wanted to hear from him. You know what I'm saying?
Kids are smart, man.
Yeah, we're the best students. You know that we're the best students. The best students. So I pick honesty, and I've you know, I've been around tough people. We've been around tough people, tough, thick-minded people. You know what I'm saying? So like, and they were always usually honest with me, and I always preferred that. I like loyalty. Don't get me wrong. Loyalty is a very important thing for me as well. But when it comes to knowing something and important things that need to be said, I prefer you to be straight up. I don't want you to hold it back. I want to know because that could change the whole concept of me and yours relationship, or that could improve something down the road. So I prefer you to tell me straight on so we can fix it. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on that. I'm big on that.
Perhaps. I think it's different as well because we're coming from different perspectives on it. So I guess our life experiences pushed us towards more loyalty because you have experience where you felt like you've been lied to before. So now the thought of someone lying to you, that's probably one of the biggest things that they could do to disrespect you.
Yeah, and you know,
it's true. It's true.
Coming from where we're from, there's this thing about how you put it, like a sellout.
Yeah.
You know,
sellout. Yeah.
The idea of being a sellout is not really well looked at. You know, we know that the plane that we walk in, the physical plane that we walk in, we have a lot of dishonest people. Yeah. And you learn to basically, you know, go through that and
maneuver,
you know. But being a sellout, for example, is not something that's well looked at in any aspect, in any way, you know?
No, man, no,
You
no.
want to get involved with.
Nah, being a sellout, especially when you are a celebrity, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all saw the Cat Williams interview. Y'all had to see it. Y'all had to
Of
see it.
course. Yeah. I sat down those 2 hours.
Yeah.
It took me a week, but I did.
Yeah, it's necessary for everybody, especially if you're in our culture, like, you know what I'm saying, the Black culture. We need to pay attention to stuff like that because we idolize some of these dudes that are sellouts. So like Kevin Hart, for an example, P. Diddy, which we're gonna talk about. We gotta talk. You know, Kevin Hart.
I don't know what I call it. The chosen blacks. The chosen blacks. That's what I call them.
Bro, I used to tell people that are not of our race, like white people, Latinos, like, yo, the worst kind of people in this world are, for me, are sellouts and people that do stuff for the dollar that'll go against their own color. Those are the worst type of people for me. They come before racist people. For me, it's like, dog, look at me and you. Look at me and you.
Again,
they're the ones that take advantage of the communities the most.
Again, the whole idea of being loyal.
Yes. Okay. But here's the thing. You're right about that. But here's the thing. A sellout is loyal, okay? Whatever. But I prefer them to be like, yo, I'm doing such and such to get my family out of the hood or put on the table. Then I'll be like, okay, that's cool. Do it another way. But like, I'm glad you're telling me. Like, I don't know. I prefer honesty in that case.
But the thing is, to what avail? Are you doing more hurt or more good by doing what you're doing? Saying that you're trying to get money for your family, for example, you know? How many families have you taken food out of their mouth? Or you get food for your family?
Yeah, you're right.
Another question.
Right about that. You're right about that. I give you that one.
So what are you loyal to or honest to exactly? You know, are you honest to my downfall? Are you honest to only, you know, rise your family up?
Yeah. Let me ask both of y'all this. Have y'all ever been in a situation where your loyalty was tested?
For my loyalty?
Yes. Because I feel like everybody's been in that situation.
Let me think.
Relationship wise, definitely.
Definitely.
Family wise, not so much. Friendship wise, 100%. That I've had experiences where it all comes down to what you share when someone confides it to you. That has always been the case with me when I've been my loyalty tested.
Yeah.
It's like I might know something, but I'm not able to reveal it because I'm loyal to that person, even though revealing it would probably be the right thing to do.
Yeah. And there's this rule with me, for example.
Yeah.
I've seen my father do it. Like my father, that man will go to his grave with the secrets of everybody because everybody confides in him. They know that like this man will never open his mouth no matter what.
Oh, that older generation, man.
Yeah. Even sometimes, for example, like to tell me certain things, it's a Neil. Wait. When you get a little older, you will understand, and I can explain to you, say you can actually understand.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Those experiences, that's actually a good point you made a while ago about experiences about being loyal and holding it in for someone. In Europe, I feel like the people are more honest culturally.
And no secrets are safe with anybody.
Okay.
Nothing is a secret.
No, nothing is a secret. It's only like here, they take the true definition of a secret. If it's a secret, nobody knows it, only you.
Yeah.
As long as, but if you say it to somebody, I'm not saying it will come out every time, but there's a high chance.
You need to tell them that it's a secret.
You need to tell them it's a secret.
Not implied.
You go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all speak on that because I have an opinion on that too. But go ahead. Yeah. That is so true.
There's no code of silence when it comes to you know, Davaine tells me something, so automatically I know that I will keep it. Even if, for example, this same thing might come out in a conversation and I'm there and he's there, I'm there, I'm just
Mouth shut.
mouth shut.
He told me this.
Only if Davaine says it, I know then okay.
Yeah. And sometimes, even if it's a thing, even if he gets told the other person and they're talking to me about it, I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't know.
Because I don't know what they have told you. Because we have this cultural keep your mouth shut kind of thing.
And the thing is, what I found out with things like that, I believe the reason people are like that here is because there are no consequences for not keeping your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Whereas where we're from, there is a consequence. You might talk too much, you might lose your life, or you might put life in danger.
Yup.
There are ramifications, but here, not really.
Here it's expected. Like perfect example. Let's say we go out, we're walking on the street and we see someone on a date with someone they should not be on a date with.
Yeah.
You know, if he's my
see and blind,
ear and
deaf.
That's none of our business. Whereas with people here, it's in the group chat instantly. The pictures are flying.
Yeah, they got a lot of group chats.
Yeah. He got locked in. He got caught slipping in Starbucks with the wrong person. Why did Starbucks? Oh, I saw John and Mary in Starbucks the other day.
I was like, who?
Who? Yeah. Oh, did you know their boyfriend was here with Mary in Starbucks? Shit like that.
In Jamaica, you see a man pana works. We see a man pana works, and you just pass him. You say hi or not. If you and him have to like cross paths, you say hi. But if not, you walk around.
It's not your business.
It's not your business.
It's not your business. Yeah.
Yo,
y'all are preaching. All right. Like, let me go back to what I was saying, because I do pick honesty over loyalty. But in this case, it's too much. It's too much honesty. There's a point where there's too much. Just like loyalty, like holding too much information back, there could be too much loyalty. There could be too much honesty as well. And like when I I feel the same. Like a lot of things are not kept quiet in this culture. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know, everybody else knows. They're very open to telling each other things, which is cool to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's cool.
It's cool
to a certain extent. No, not the Diddy extent. Not the Diddy extent. Not the Diddy extent. Like everyone is keeping their mouth shut. So something.
No, the thing is, let me explain for 10 seconds.
It's a certain extent. Go ahead.
I think naturally we want to do it, but the thing is we cannot do it because of the ramifications it might pose. But we want to. Yeah. Naturally, we want to.
Naturally, we want to unburden ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
that's
because
true.
there might be ramifications, we keep our mouth shut. So I think it's cool.
Yeah,
but I don't want anybody with my business in their mouth.
That's the thing. I don't want my business in your mouth.
Go brush your teeth. Mouthwash.
Wash out your mouth. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Like, I agree. Like I said, to a certain extent, when it comes to my business, I don't want to say nothing.
No, keep it private. Lock your mouth.
Yeah, I don't want you to say nothing, but like, no, I think people naturally want to tell each other things. We're humans. We're social creatures. You know what I'm saying? So they do have a cool kind of culture here where they can feel like they can talk to anybody with confidence. Whereas where we come from, even where I come from, you better keep that shit quiet. Like that could be your life right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
and you don't want the reputation as well.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Let me ask y'all this. I have a question I wanted to ask y'all. I actually have it right here. What is your biggest fear?
Biggest fear. That's a
Biggest
tough one.
fear.
I always say heights, but if I'm really being honest, my biggest fear is walking in a room, everybody laughing at me, and I don't know why they're laughing at me. So I guess embarrassment,
Embarrassment.
embarrassment on a really wide scale,
Being a mockery.
like mocking somebody,
Mocking.
mocking or people mocking me,
Why do you feel that way?
because it's all about, for example, I guess it's my pride, you know. I try not to have pride. I'm not really a proud person per se. That some people might say that's a good thing, some might say it's a bad thing, you know.
Mhm.
But having been mocked by is not a good thing by any means for me. I don't know. Just don't mock me.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
would say that's my biggest fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Well,
about it.
it's I would say for me,
Mm.
being in a tight space.
Nah.
I don't like tight spaces. But in a situation, because I like how you broke it down. You broke down a situation. You said heights, but then you gave me a situation. I would say if it comes to a situation, my biggest fear would probably be I would say maybe somebody somebody walking behind me and me not being able to control it.
Someone just walk. Oh, you can't. So you
Like
can't move. They're
like
just in
because
like.
it's a big fear. Like it used to be a big
I
fear
know
of
what you
mine.
mean.
And I couldn't control it. Like maybe he's trying to rob me. I don't know. Like when we come from these type of circumstances, this is what the things I used to think. Like
Yeah.
it was always my biggest fear. Like I could be walking because I used to when I was living back in the States, I used to work a late night shift. So I used to get home late. And I used
Ah,
to always have this fear because my city's not safe. So I used to always have this fear like, yo, there's gonna be one day somebody's gonna come behind me and I can't even do nothing about it.
the shadows of the dark.
Shadows of the dark. So that's probably
Yeah.
one of my biggest fears. It's a stupid fear, but it was a fear that
Oh
I
no,
always
no.
The fear.
It's about safety. You
had
know,
about
you
safety.
you're really concerned about your safety. You don't want that to be compromised.
Nah, yo, hell no.
Mine's a bit different.
Yeah.
I think my fear is failing in a way that I don't live up to my full potential.
Ah,
Like
well, yeah,
That was
there's always that. There's always that. Yeah.
that
that
that,
was
that
another thing.
that's the kind of fear I have. Not necessarily like I'm scared of certain things like heights. Like if I'm up high jumping off something, I'm scared of that. But I think at the end of the night, what keeps me up would be not being able to live up to my full potential or where I want to be, not being able to meet the goals I've set intrinsically for myself. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't want my life to
You
end.
don't want to fail yourself.
Yeah, my life to end, and
Ah.
I feel like I've not achieved certain things that I want to achieve in life.
Ah.
That is my biggest fear. That would be something that keeps me up.
That's one of my fears. Yeah.
are you a big goal setter? Are you a little like you set little goals?
I set goals in as I set goals for myself. Like for example, with this podcasting, I have intrinsic goals. I know if it fails, and then I would probably go on to something else. That's the next thing. I fear failing at something, and that failure stops me from trying something else as well.
Ah.
You
You're
know,
optimistic.
being paralyzed by that fear, because failing in itself is not a bad thing.
Never.
It can be a very good thing as well, because even these freaking billionaires that you see out there, they fail at 1,000 things, and it's the one thing that is successful that made them into a billionaire. So I don't fear failure in that sense. I fear failing and it's stopping me, failing to the point where I don't want to get up and try something new the next day.
True.
Try to see what my full potential is.
True.
Yeah. Nah, failing it's giving up. That's the bad part.
Yeah,
Giving up.
I never want to come to that point where I'm like, this is it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. Do you feel yourself more goal oriented now living in Spain than you were living when you were back home?
I've always been like this, because from my upbringing, it's always been like I need to advance to another stage in life. So living in Spain is just another stage.
Yeah.
It has been a long stage for me, but now I'm evaluating and I'm like, okay, what's the next level in this game of my life? You know,
Right.
where am I going to go next after I've stepped up in this? Is my job going to take me there? Is this podcast going to take me there? Is it going to be a human connection that's going to take me to another level? What will lead me to that point where I be like, oh, I've achieved certain goals. I'm happy with this. What's next? Because I don't feel like I would be the type of person that would ever sit down and be like, this is it. I'm comfortable with this. I'm always going to be the person that's be like, oh, I'm happy with this, but I need a reason to wake up tomorrow as well.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you guys think it's a good thing to be what I call it, a slave to your ambition? Is it a good thing to be a slave to your ambition?
What do you mean by that? Can you
All right, so I want to buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what, I will get this car. Good or bad, I will get this car. I will work. If I have to rob somebody, I rob somebody. But at the end of the day, I'm getting this car.
No matter
it might cost me my life. It might cost my relationships. It might cost me my children. But I want it. I need it. And I have to get it. And it's all I think about. It consumes me every day. My ambition. I have to. Is that something good? Being a slave to your ambition?
Is it a slave or just being passionate about something?
Passionate. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You've just materialized it with a car or something, but let's say you like music or something, put that passion behind it. Like a lot of people, in order to be successful, they lose friends and family to get to the peak. But it's up to them to know what is truly important for them.
So you guys need value.
I hate to give another example because we're gonna be talking about him. Diddy, look at Diddy. That's a good example.
Yeah,
it's a good example. He's an example of what you're talking. Like, listen, came from nothing.
He
did it how he got wherever he did. We don't know what he did. And how he got there, he got to the top. And is this slavery? No, it's not. It's passion. And sometimes that passion turns into selfishness. That passion turns into ending relationships. That passion turns into, in this case, getting people killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain point, you know what I'm saying, where you have to look into yourself and tell yourself, is this passion that you have, is it more important than anything you have that's going on in your life? Yeah. And I think you should be driven to doing something. You know what I'm saying? Because we all are. We're all driven to doing something. But it's also how you do it, bro. Like, am I like that? I think I have some traits like that, but I don't think I will ever put somebody in danger just to get to where I need to go.
But to be honest, like, we're speaking from a different mountaintop. Like, we can't really see what decisions he was having to be make in that area. I'm not saying he did the right thing.
We're gonna talk about it.
Like, when you're faced with a hard decisions, sometimes you make the choice that in the moment you think is the right choice. Because we've all been there where we made decisions and we're like, fuck. Yeah. I made this decision and then afterwards I'm like, I shouldn't have done this. Like, I should have thought about it more. But in the moment you're like, this feels like the right thing to do, and you do it. And then and I think allegedly with him, it's probably just a snowball effect. Like, when you get so big, your failure, you don't no longer fear not being successful. You fear not being relevant anymore. And you fear back to square one. Imagine, like, when you're at the top, looking down is the scariest thing now. Yeah. Like, going back down those stairs is the scariest thing. When you're in the top of that tree, to climb down that tree, you don't want to. It's the hardest thing. You can't.
The mango looks so sweet at the top. You know, going towards it gives you a lot of pleasure when you get the mango now. And you look down.
You can't. You don't want to. It's easier to branch up. It's easier to keep going up.
Yeah, it is. It is. That is true. Damn, that's true. That's true. That's facts. So would you agree? Is it Like do you agree? Was it do you think it's okay to be a slavery to your motivation? It's to your destiny.
To your not to be a slave to it, but to you need to prioritize what's more important to your life. If you feel like your dreams and your goals are more important than your family, your friends, or your morality or anything, nothing's gonna stop you from going towards it. But if at the end of the night you're working towards this and you're wrecked with guilt, you can't sleep, then you start to question, is this worth it? Is this worth the relationship with my family? And then you need to look internally and prioritize certain things. Like for me, I could not sacrifice friendship and family if I knew I was going to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, if I was guaranteed that, because I value the importance and the feelings that that brings to me more than money, because I've been in a situation where I've not had money before, and I was possibly even happier than when I have money. That's one of the worst things.
Why does everybody say that? I agree, but
there is some truth to it.
Yeah,
there is truth to it. Not having money and having happiness.
Yeah,
I gotta feel like what it has to have money. I don't know yet, because I'm still in that transit.
No, bro. I'm talking from like an instance where I literally didn't know how I was gonna get bus fare to go to school the next day, like shit like that. I was happy as a freaking clam, not worrying about other shit. I know when you're in a better financial position, you're like, shit.
Let me ask you this.
Who's not there?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. Let me ask you, was that happiness coming from, because when you don't have money, you feel more like a risk taker because money can come from anywhere. Was it that feeling of like, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing. I have nothing. I can do what I can. What was that feeling like when you?
It wasn't a matter of feeling like I could do it. I didn't feel like I could do anything. That's one thing for sure.
But you had that mindset.
I felt like I needed to find one path, but try multiple things. Like for my path, I felt like education was my path. Yeah. Other people will find art, music, sport. People would find be like doing something illegal might be their path.
Yeah,
you know, it's a matter of finding your path. But while you're in that period, we're human beings, we'll try to find something to make us happy.
True.
You know, we will try to find, maybe it's a relationship with someone and we'll find our happiness there and not focus on the things that we don't have per se. Right? In Jamaica, we don't have a high rate of unaliving ourselves, and we have a higher poverty rate than a lot of more developed countries, yet still their unaliving rates are a lot higher. You see that?
Yeah.
Why? If they have all these things, why are most people in those countries doing that stuff? More people in those countries doing that stuff.
Or if we have so little, but we do so much with that little that we have, why aren't like these big developing countries doing it on a larger
scale
with all the resources that they have?
Yeah,
more money, more problems.
More money, more problems.
Yeah.
Also, it's a mindset as well. Like there needs to be a shift in your mindset in what not only makes you happy, but what you find to be successful and how you will get there as well. Like in the Western American concept, there is like you need to climb the corporate ladder to be successful.
The American dream.
You need to achieve the American dream. For example, I'm not shitting on it because the American dream is one of the most beautiful marketed concepts globally.
But you have to be sleeping to see the dream.
It was not designed. It was not designed for niggas, bro.
No. That's why I said it's beautifully crafted and marketed globally. Like everyone knows of that American dream, and they're dreaming, let's go to America. We'll be successful there. That's where everyone goes to be successful.
Yeah.
It is marketed towards Jamaicans as well. Like as soon as we get an opportunity to leave Jamaica,
we want to go to foreign.
Go foreign.
Yeah, like your family migrated from Jamaica,
right? Yeah.
Your dad or your mom or both?
My dad.
Your dad. That explains the secretive nature to him.
Yeah, that explains it. I know.
It's a culture. It's not only on him; it's on our culture as well.
It's
So,
a culture.
so
here's the thing. You're right. It is the culture, but here's the thing. Jamaica. I personally think when it comes to like, if you want to do a comparison of African American culture, the closest thing we are to is Jamaican culture, because there are that. I think so, because how the household is structured. I know Haitian parents that are together. I know African parents that are together. But when it comes to the African American Jamaican structure of the house, the mom is usually there, or it's the dad. In some cases, the dad, or you have a rare occasion where it's the dad and the mom. But that was more in the 70s and the 60s. Nowadays, in the 80s, 90s, you saw moms really taking care of the kids.
Because they removed the black man. They removed the black man from the family unit.
Yes. The government did, yes. Yeah. So that's why I think we relate more to, and this is my opinion. Maybe I could be wrong, but it's like, yeah, the style of living is a little different, but we could relate a little bit more because of the household. So
this was by design. This didn't happen by design.
It was by design. Let me ask y'all this. Growing up where y'all grew up, what was the biggest thing y'all had to overcome? Because where y'all come from, times are a lot harder than where I come from. Yeah, I come from the hood, but whatever, it's nowhere near where y'all come from. What was the biggest thing y'all had to overcome?
Poverty.
Yeah.
Not being able to feed yourself and your family. So you always try. You always try to use social mobility to get up the ladder so you can provide for your family and you can live well for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's the biggest thing for Jamaicans as well. The lack of resources as well.
Yeah.
The lack of resources, which leads to people even being poorer and poorer.
Yeah.
Lack of educational stuff, like it's a whole
poverty.
It's a whole ecosystem of
it's poverty, man. Poverty, intellectual wise, monetary wise, in terms of talent. You try to be the best version of yourself, and hopefully that best version of yourself will translate into something in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, that you can provide.
Yeah.
So providing basically is the main goal of somebody who would be in Jamaica. Just providing.
Yeah. And that leads to other systemic problems like the crime and the violence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of things that people know, it's being more associated with Jamaica because, the US, they put out their travel advisories and stuff.
Yeah. But don't go to Jamaica. It's dangerous.
But
it's facts.
Stop anybody.
The flights just get cheaper, so more people go.
Yo, right? The flights is cheap. The flights is cheap.
When they put out that travel advisory, the flights go down, so people start going even more.
Yeah.
The carnival this year was one of the biggest carnivals.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw no. Yeah, I saw Kai Sanat. But I saw a bunch of like clips. I saw a bunch of clips. It looked lit. It looked
Carnival is a thing, man. Carnival is a thing. And it was even better when there was no social media.
Yeah, because
feeling.
No freedom.
I can imagine too. Like it's a feeling that you gotta go there to be there. You can't. You gotta live it yourself. Yeah, social media takes the value of places. That is true. I agree with that.
Now everyone's trying to curate the experience instead of living the experience.
Living the experience.
Yeah. They're just curating it just for the social media. I'm not saying it's all negative with the social media because it brings more people, tourism, more money in the country. But when Carnival was before social media and you go out to that, no one is worried that I'm being videoed over here.
No.
I'm going to go viral on the internet. Everyone just like free.
Yeah.
Carnival, another. We just purge.
It was just first. Even for example, our university carnival, like it'd be a carnival all week. Tuesday would be Juve or Friday. Juve Friday. You'd have the Ring Road on Saturday,
the beach on
Sunday, and during the week you'd have like other festivities. And on the Ring Road day on Saturday, sometimes you'd even see your lecturers, your tutors. You know, you dance with them.
Imagine
Monday morning,
your teeth a wine from your lecturer.
You get a wine from your lecturer.
And you're back in class.
But that's it. After Saturday, hush.
Yeah.
That's it. Man, you did a dance. It's good. We might repeat it next year, but that's it.
Back to
business.
See, we don't got nothing like that.
What about the Labor Day Carnival in New York and stuff?
I mean, yeah, but it's not like that. It's not like
it's a commercial carnival.
It's commercial. Like you got Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is in New Orleans.
I've heard about it.
Mardi Gras is more like kind of like the carnival y'all got, but it's nothing like that. You got the community coming together. You got people out on the street. Maybe something happened, but when that music festivities comes on, y'all forget about that. We lost that. We don't got that. We don't got that, man.
That freedom to just enjoy yourself. That reveling.
I miss it.
Just being free and just going with the wind for the day, just enjoying the music, the alcohol, the food, the friends, people, everything. It's a feeling that you can't even put a price on.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this before we get into Diddy, because I want to get into that. Let me ask y'all this.
You can get it.
Now pause.
You can get into Diddy.
Pause. Big ass pause. It's a big ass pause. Jamaica got the most churches
per capita. Yeah.
Per
capita. Why is the crime rate so high? I never understood that. Let me hear y'all opinion. Y'all got the most churches in the. Why is the crime rate so high?
It's one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Well, I have an opinion why it's high. I think because we glamorize crime.
We glamorize
crime.
Being a bad man.
It is something like you be a bad man, you get girls. You be a little nerd going to school, you don't get girls. So what's the guy gonna choose?
And the real winners, what we learned now in life, the nerds are the real winners, because the nerd studies, goes to school, gets the job, a good pay, and that's what the girls want. That's what the girls want later in life.
Yeah, but when you're young,
when you're young, they want to go with the most flashy boy, the baddest guy, all of these things. But then the girls wake up.
It's just the glamorization of it. Yeah. Like culturally, we're glamorized, and we strongly believe in respect. So being disrespected, even in the slightest way,
is not good.
It's not kept to that context. It can escalate to something.
Mm-hmm.
That escalation sometimes lead to the crimes as well. Then we also have the music, which I feel a lot of people are controversial. Oh, the music doesn't let anyone do this. But I feel like they're like, oh, I'm just singing about what's around me. No. But singing around it glamorizes it, makes it sound cool. So it makes it easier for a kid to want to do it. Like, it might not influence every kid, but there might be one that listens to this song and be like, that's my artist and he's doing this. I want to do it.
Exactly. The people make these artists role models.
Yes.
And you always try to be as close to your role model as possible.
Yeah.
You dress like him, you talk like him.
Exactly.
Your behavior changes.
You know, the funny one of the funny things about this kind of discussion is like, you'll put an artist in a pair of sneakers and expect kids to buy his shit, buy the sneakers now, right? But he sings about, killing people. But you're like, no, he won't influence him to do that. He'll only influence him to buy the sneaker. Music is something that's so invasive, it gets into your mind.
Into your subconscious.
It's even in the Bible. Have you ever heard about Joshua on the wall of Jericho, where they marched around Jericho with the horns? Yeah. And that was what defeated them. Mm-hmm. That was music. You hear a beat, you have no control over how that beat impacts your mind. You hear about the Pied Piper, how music led children and rats out.
Yeah.
Music.
The music, glamorizing it helps as well. That's why you could see when Bob Marley was singing more positive music, it helped to decrease the crime rate for a period of time. There was a drop, but then afterwards, back up.
Back off.
Because the music started glamorizing it. There's so many reasons why the crime rate is so high. Those are like the face value stuff. Then it comes down to the corruption, the systematic corruption, where the political parties, both of them, are total pieces of shit. Like, yeah, they're the reasons.
Politicians.
They facilitate anything that happens as well. They're not doing enough to help stop the crime and violence in the country. They sometimes turn a blind eye to a lot of things as well. Like guns coming into the country. How do they get there? Like if you have ports, you should have people in place to prevent this, right?
Prevent this.
Yeah. But there's a benefit to it because the political parties in Jamaica are also aligned to the gangs in Jamaica.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
You know, there's a gang supporting this one. But what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep our mouths shut and act like it doesn't happen. Then there is
more guns.
Yeah. Then there is another set of people, even above the politician, I feel like.
Of course.
The people that maintain the real wealth in the country.
The people who don't live in Jamaica, but they come to Jamaica, they have a big house there.
Yeah.
And they run the business there. And business in the country is the number one rule of the day.
Yeah.
Don't piss off the businessmen so they leave the country so we don't have any wealth in the country. So their interests come first.
Yeah. Yeah. These foreign investors,
it's the same in every
they don't care. Like
it's a damn shame, man.
Yeah, they want to keep the country in a certain state, whereas they can get the maximum reward from the input. Like if every Jamaican were like, let's put down our guns and let's focus on rebuilding our country, build it up together. Then if I'm taking control of myself and my country, then what's there to exploit? Because now I'm using my piece of land to not only take care of my family, but to help the country. We're not fighting between ourselves. So there's no one that's going in between and just, let me take this while you're over there fighting and killing John. Let me take this out of your pot. Let me take this off. Let me take this piece of land while you're over there doing that silly shit. Someone stepped on your shoes. You're fighting him. Yeah. Let me sell you some more shoes so more people can step on them. It's a whole web of just the most lethal conspiracy that I don't even foresee us escaping anytime soon.
And the reason, and I believe that one of the reasons why we won't escape it anytime soon, you have so many things coming at you that you have to face every day. What time do you actually get to sit down and think about a solution?
Keep them distracted as well.
I got no time. You got no time.
No time.
Yeah. When you have to worry about 2-3 kids to feed, when you're gonna have time to really think and sit down like
where is this problem coming from? It's like treating a cold, you know? You take a pill every time the symptoms come and you're only treating the symptoms. You're not actually getting the root of it. Temporary is our problem.
What do y'all think about Vybz Kartel? Like the chances of him coming out? What do you think?
Yo, it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Personally, him coming out, it will affect the culture.
We're going to have less violence for a time again.
Why do you feel that?
Because everybody be distracted with World Boss. You know, everybody put down them gun. Everybody say, yo, World Boss, let's celebrate him.
It's party.
Like, it's been how much? It's been 13 years.
You think it's going to be less violence?
For a time. For a time. Because people will be distracted. It's just like the day when we qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And they had a public holiday the day after.
Sporting
there
event.
was no killings, no homicide, no robberies.
That's different. But yo, you can't tell me once this man steps out of jail, he's not gonna be a target. That's different.
He's protected. He's protected. If not by the Most High, by Jamaicans. He's protected.
Jamaicans love him.
We love him.
It could be somebody. It could be somebody.
Because we also love Bob Marley, but we also try to kill him too. So how much do we actually?
It could be somebody in his crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, my best bet for him is once he touches down, get out. get out for a little bit of time. I know. Listen, that's your home. That's where your blood comes from. But then again, you gotta understand if you're trying to progress and not live what you lived before, unfortunately, you're gonna have to take that risk and you got to leave.
I think at his level, he has the kind of protection that he has protection.
You think so?
Yeah, man, guided and protected, man. As I said,
yeah, it's protection.
If not by the Most High, by the Jamaicans or something.
You don't get to that level without some form of protection.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't get to that level without some.
And your respect is usually your protection.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But a lot of people died from respect as well.
When you disrespect, when you use that respect to take advantage of me, and I find out.
The thing is, so many
loyalty.
I think a majority, the majority of Jamaicans, they look up to Vybz Kartel kind of music.
Yeah.
They love it. They love his music more than him. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they love his music more than him. They love
do y'all prefer dancehall or reggae?
For me, it's a mix. I wouldn't say there is one. It's two.
No,
kids.
it's obviously different, but
I can't pick between my two kids. One day this kid will be the one that will wash the dishes the way I want her to cook the food, and the other day I need this kid to do this thing. So dancehall.
All right, fine. Give me your top 3 reggae, top 3 dancehall artists of all time.
Dancehall and reggae. Oh my God, that's
let me give you my reggae, and then he will give you his dancehall, and then I'll give my dancehall, and then he'll give his reggae.
Yeah.
My top 3 reggae of all time: Burning Spear, Still Alive, Bob Marley, Not Alive, and I would say also Culture, Not Alive. Those 3 artists were like at the forefront of roots reggae when they were alive, and they brought the music to a higher level, a level that Bob Marley did, but in a different way that Bob Marley did it. And they continued the journey and the work of reggae throughout the years until they passed away. Burning Spear is still alive. You know, he's continuing. I'd love to see him one day. Hopefully I get to see him.
Is he coming to the Bend because one?
He was there last year, Rotterdam Sunsplash, Burning Spear.
Okay. In Valencia, right? I think it's in Valencia. It's like a town next to Valencia, right?
Yeah. Okay. Close up on that side towards Barcelona.
So, who are your 3 top dancehall artists?
3 top dancehall artists. Well, Vybz Kartel for sure. Like, there's no debate about that. The debate though comes to
is he the GOAT though? I don't think he's the GOAT. I don't think
that. I would say for me, no. This is my of dancehall. You'd have a lot of.
Me have to say Beanie Man, you know.
I would say Beanie Man is
there. Influence. All
right. But Beanie Man would be in the top 3 as well. These are in no particular order as well.
Yeah.
But then I'm wrecked. Like 3 is hard to pick from them because now I have Sean Paul. Well, Sean Paul is dancehall pop, I would say.
Listen. Sean Paul don't sing that. I don't think Sean Paul sing a proper dancehall song since like 2007 or 2000. After Temperature.
Me think Nagala Bly. That's the only tune I think that was like pure dancehall. Other than that.
Yeah. 10 times dry. Aye. Yeah, man.
That's the only one.
So Sean Paul and Shaggy, you think they're too commercialized? Oh, so I can't put them in it. So then, you know what? I would pick someone that was there with Diddy, Elephant Man.
Elephant Man is a really good pick.
Elephant Man, man.
He's on my
top 3. He's on my top 3.
Like The performance value.
And exactly the performance value. And he did something in a time where dancehall and like American culture was kind of combining. We saw this thing with
he was one of the first.
He was one of the first to kind of carry the culture to America with his dancing.
Big up yourself, Big up yourself.
Big up yourself. Shizzle. Yo.
For sure. I wanted to put Bounty Killer in it, but because during that old feud, I was more on the
Beanie side.
You
was not Beanie Man side.
Yeah,
I was more on that. I was more on Beanie Man. Put out some tunes that I think
Bookshelf. I know y'all remember Bookshelf.
That's who they are.
Yeah.
I was more there, but still, I was still in you know, I couldn't. This week I was here. This week I was there. I wasn't able to say, yo, I'm over here. But internationally, I think Beanie Man probably has more. He has more appeal because his songs.
Yeah.
And his image.
Roll me, yo.
And winning the Grammy, the Grammy, that kind of push him over there.
Yeah.
So I would say those two: Beanie Man, Vybz Kartel, Elephant Man.
That's a good
Not
list.
take away anything from any other artist. This is just my personal opinion because if I was going to a stage show, I want to see Elephant Man there.
Yeah.
Elephant Man on a stage show, the vibes.
Yeah.
You know, if you pay 10 grand, you know you're getting every dollar's worth.
You get 15 grand.
I might have to take your list for dance. I'm gonna kick out Vybz Kartel. I mean, I put Super Cat.
Yeah.
I have to put Super Cat in the song.
Foundation.
Yeah, I have to put Super Cat. I have to put him.
So my dancer list now. Super Cat. Because he was one of the first person. No. He was one of the people who took the baton of dancehall and he did a good job with it.
A good job.
With his style, you know?
Yeah.
He's one. Another one is Yellow Man, King Yellow Man. Basically the first dancehall artist. He was the one to really start with the lewd lyrics, you know, the type of dancehall he would sing. And with the heavy basses and all of these things. And the third one,
nobody from the early 2000s. He's gonna pick. You know, I can tell you who he's gonna pick.
He's next. Like old school. I
can tell you who he's gonna pick next. I can tell you who you're gonna pick. I'm gonna write down. Let me write on my phone.
Yeah, let me take a guess. I'm gonna take a guess. Before you say anything, I'm gonna take a guess. You're either gonna pick Buju, Bounty Killer.
Not gonna pick Bounty.
Or hold on. Because you said Beanie, you didn't say Beanie Man. You were disagreeing with
No. I didn't disagree actually. I said Beanie Man was a good pick, but for me.
All right, Ninja Man. I'm gonna say Ninja.
Ninja Man is Ninja Man a bad man.
A legend.
Bad.
No, he's not.
Gold teeth, front teeth, side teeth.
I don't know if you can see it. This is what he's gonna pick.
Oh, okay.
This is what he's gonna pick.
All right, yeah. All right. Go ahead.
So look, I have a dilemma between these.
Hold on. And the dilemma is gonna be this one.
Okay, we're gonna put that on the podcast so people can see it.
So I would say between Dirtsman,
and not even further,
and Sizzler.
Really,
Sizzler?
Wait, no. Let me explain why. So Dirtsman,
you throw me off this up.
No.
I think he needs to
leave. But I can be out this year. Whatever for do for
I'm glad you know. And you see that song was a very important song for Jamaica and for the world. You know why? That dancehall is called Ragga dancehall. And from Ragga dancehall, they took elements and took like characteristics, for example, the bass line, some of the guitar riffs and the samples, and they created dembo and reggaeton coming from that music. You see that bass line in Hot this year? You can hear that bass line in almost every dembo song.
The sample.
The sample. So the influence it had on popular music and the world is the reason why I chose them. You know, Ragga Dancehall got better after Dirtsman, but he was like the standard.
So you just
he was the game changer.
Dirtsman,
yeah,
of course. People, I think he's a dark horse.
Yeah.
People know of his existence, but they don't place him as high as a Beanie Man or a Bounty Killer, you know. But he was, one of the fathers.
You know who I was thinking you would go for?
I'm
Shabba.
Shabba
Our cover.
Shabba.
Those are the two I thought you would have been debating about.
No.
When I showed you, you were like, those are two top.
I was thinking Shabba. Shabba from 90 to 95, you can make an argument he was the best dance artist.
Also,
you can make an argument. You can make an argument.
With being an artist as well, you have to change the image. How people dress, how people carry themselves. And Shabba changed that entire generation of imagery.
I think if we're being honest, I think Shabba, what he brought to the table in terms of style and fashion, was like almost like a 90s hip-hop kind of fashion.
Yeah, but he's the one that brought it.
Heavy influenced by hip-hop.
He brought it, but he brought it there.
True.
Like,
he was a big influence.
When we sing about straight jeans and fitted,
you know, I see.
Yeah. And when we sing about clocks, these are game-changing songs that change the culture for a while.
For real.
From the tight pants to now the baggy pants culture, music change those things as well. So if you're the artist that brings in those changes, you last a bit longer. Because when a man going to the party and he's in his straight jeans and he's fitted, that song comes on, the party done.
The party's done. Yeah.
Clocks.
Yeah. Give me your reggae list, because I know y'all gotta go. I want to do a quick take on Diddy real quick. But give me your reggae list.
You can't keep taking Diddy.
Stop, yo, pause. Damn it, yo, chill.
This guy
man.
pauses.
God damn.
The reggae list. Easy number one. Easy. I think this is the easiest.
Y'all, I'm gonna make a judgment because y'all haven't said the artist that I'm looking for, but I'm hoping you say it.
For me, for my thing, Bob, for sure, I have to be on any regular list that you put together. But I'm going to go to the tunes that I heard playing around my house.
Yeah.
The Berries. The Berries.
Yes. You're missing one more.
Another one.
Yes.
Keep sailing on the ocean. Those are mine. Because those ones I could remember my dad playing those songs and my brothers tuning up the tone with those songs.
Yeah,
so for me, those are the three. There are other reggae artists, probably
some honorable mentions. Sizzla Kalonji, Dennis Brown.
But you just said Sizzla for dancehall. Dennis Brown, big one. Sanchez as well.
Sanchez.
Living up. Yo, that's my shit. Bro, yo, you're missing what happened to Barrington Levy?
Oh shit.
What happened to Barrington Levy? I don't Yo, on the sense. Yo.
The reggae artists, they have a longer lifespan musically.
Every time.
Lifespan musically. So it's harder because they will overlap more than the dancehall ones.
Because dancehall is all about in the moment. This is hot right now. I am hot right now. Yeah. But after that, I don't know if I'll be hot. Yeah. Reggae songs, they go the journey.
Yeah, they go the journey, and I think reggae songs, they cycle as well. So slowly, they start in Jamaica, they slowly go up.
Go to Europe.
Go down.
Come to Japan.
Go right.
Go to Asia, Japan.
And you'll be playing it forever.
Forever. Yeah. It's like soul in rap music. Like hip hop and soul. You're gonna have those Michael Jacksons, Stevie Wonders. They're gonna go all over the world. But then you have people like I don't know, Little Baby, Little Durk. Yeah, it's hot, but it's not gonna be like Stevie Wonder. It's not gonna be like Michael Jackson.
I think it's harder for them to find like generational hits as well.
Yeah.
It's harder for them to find those
and
generational.
humans are.
Let me use my charger real quick. Let me use my charger real quick.
All right.
Let me use my charger real quick.
Whoa.
Sweet.
I'm broad.
I'm
broader than Broadway. RD. Don't call it Spanish Town, a prison oval rock. Way.
To be honest, like tuning up a song, you know.
You have to play
You have to play that. You have to play the baritone.
Yeah, test the bass line, test the sweet.
You have to play a baritone to test your sound, your sound system. Every time you need to.
You have to.
Play Sanchez. You need to play a Dennis Brown. You need
living up. Yo, that was my shit, man. Oh, you're forgetting Pinchers, man.
Pinchers.
Bandolero, yo.
Bandolero.
Yeah. But that's the thing with
original tune that.
They have generational hits and they just stay with us. They stay with us. And those hits, we pass them down to the kids.
Definitely.
We pass them down. Those kids get those songs. Like some of these hip hop songs and even dancehall songs, they can't pass those to their kids. You don't want them listening to it. You're not gonna play.
There's no sub. It has less subs.
There's a lot of controversy with a lot of those songs as well.
Yeah,
a lot of controversy around some of those songs. Like some of those songs are cancelable these days. You know,
very
cancelable these days.
You go so let me hold it tonight.
When me coming on me up and shine. You cannot play that song in the United States.
Or the Buju Banton.
That song was banned in Jamaica as well, the dirty version.
It was banned, yeah.
You can't play that in America. What happened to freedom of speech?
I lied to my tongue. You're the man. I lied to my tongue.
Lie.
What happened to freedom of speech?
There's no freedom of speech. Speaking of somebody that should not have their freedom, let's do a quick topic here. Yeah. Diddy, yo, what do y'all think? What do y'all think is gonna happen with Diddy? We saw you Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him.
Great. Our guest is here. Can you give us a minute in the
go ahead. Go ahead.
Please.
Oh, I got it. Yes.
Yeah, but go read him still. Yeah. Bring him into the studio, you know.
Yeah, if he wants to come on, if he knows about Diddy, I'd like to ask him too. If he knows about him.
Let's ask him when he comes.
If he knows about him.
Hopefully he doesn't feel bombarded because to the two podcasts.
Oh, nah, I mean.
Yeah, but no, I said he knows that he definitely knows about the story about Diddy.
No, he does. Okay.
Definitely. Everybody.
I don't know if y'all heard. I don't know if y'all seen the. Okay, so I was watching a podcast. Yeah. I don't know if you know this comedian. His name is Godfrey.
Godfrey. Yeah.
You know Godfrey. All right, I'm a big fan of his work, so I watch his podcast.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the case that about Diddy's case, and Godfrey was like, "Yo, we have the recording of Diddy and Meek Mill. You know who Meek Mill is, right?"
Yeah, I heard it on Twitter.
Oh, you heard it on Twitter, bro. I
wish I could put my ears off after hearing that.
Bro, my ears were bleeding, bro. Bleeding.
So
you know the crazy thing is the person that recorded the video was the security guard.
Exactly. I saw the video with the bodyguard, and then he talked about it. Tell him again.
All right. So we're talking about. All right. So I know you saw. Maybe you heard. I hope you didn't hear it, but you probably did. There was a audio between Meek Mill and Puff Daddy.
I haven't heard it.
Good.
He heard it.
No.
What's the audio?
Yeah.
You know
Let me tell you something.
What
you
did the
listen,
audio say?
all right. So the audio, unfortunately, was Diddy and P Diddy having sex.
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah,
Big pause. Major
Yeah.
pause. Major pause.
For real?
I heard like
No,
I couldn't get past the
No,
first
not
3
me.
seconds.
Not me. Not me.
Not me. Not me. That's all I'm
I thought
saying,
me was one of the realest in the street.
bro.
Man.
You know what the thing is. You know what the thing is, man. I
No,
was
not
bumping.
me.
I was bumping his music at the
Oh,
gym
oh,
earlier. Pause. Earlier
Yeah,
that day.
oh, no,
Earlier that day.
not me.
I was listening. You gotta pray for times like this to rhyme like that in a matter of a
No,
black
not
person.
me.
I was
thought
listening to this. I was like,
whenever
yeah,
I
you
hear,
know what I'm saying? I'm benching.
no,
And
not
then
me.
I go home.
Not
I go
me.
home and I hear me.
Not me.
I hear me.
No, free Meek. All this free Meek and Meek free in his cheek. No,
Come to find out, me here, I make me a bushman.
no,
That's
no. You know what? No, like
Now I'm hide up in the bush.
Are you a fan?
no, I'm not a fan. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm not an AC, I'm not an air conditioner. But Meek's image is such an image, whereas he's like more conscious. He's like in the streets, you know, tough. But you know,
he's more conscious now.
exactly. Like I didn't like you know what? People surprise you.
Wasn't he Nicki Minaj's boyfriend at one point?
He was, and Nicki Minaj was the one that started everything. Like, listen, when me and Meek were dating, he was having affairs with Diddy.
Rough.
This street.
Rough.
What do y'all think is gonna happen? Because we saw, I don't know if y'all seen the video, but his sons were arrested. His sons got arrested.
Yeah.
And I heard that Diddy put a lot of his property into his kid's name. So they believe that a lot of those crimes will not come up on Diddy's side. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think he's gonna go down like they did R. Kelly? Or you think he'll get away with it? Because money talks.
I think my thing is like any famous black man can go down just like that.
You're not
Because
immune.
There's none of the chosen blacks are immune. At the end of the day, they sign a contract. They put you here. At the same time, they can close their fists and crush you and just throw you away just like that. I don't think anybody is safe. Just that you might be unlucky, you know. You might end up like what's his name, the Bill Cosby. You might end up like Bill Cosby or R. Kelly or even Michael Jackson, you know.
Yeah, but all right. Mike, we don't know. I mean, I don't want to be biased because Mike is the homie. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I don't want to think of that. I want to think of him as.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm denying everything. I'm denying.
Let me say something. There was no proof that he did it, Michael.
He was innocent.
It was suspect because one. Why should children be outside of their homes in the home of somebody else spending a week, a night with a stranger? And which parents would let their children go outside with a stranger just like that?
You know, I have a theory.
Suspect.
I have a theory.
I don't know what happened, but it's very suspect.
I have a theory.
That's one thing everybody can agree on.
I have a theory. It's definitely suspect, and I'm not saying that's not weird, but I have a theory. When did Mike start performing?
When he was a kid.
When he was what,
5, 6 years old.
So that means he never had a childhood.
He never
had a childhood. He never went to the park to play with other kids or stuff like that. He just had his siblings. So the things you want in life are the things you can't buy. You can't buy your childhood. You can't buy your childhood. No. But when you're rich enough, you create a theme park and you bring kids there because you're like, what was it like to be a child? And I've always been a superstar. I've never been a child. What if he was trying to recreate that in his own way and it just got perverted?
Yeah.
Imagine if that's what he was trying to do deep down. Like there wasn't even an example when they had to rent out an entire supermarket for him to go experience what it's like to just go buy groceries. Like those little things in life that we take for granted, a lot of people have never experienced them, and when they do, they're like, "Wow, this is the best feeling ever." It's monotonous and boring for us, but because they've never had it, they've
Yes.
always been missing it. It's always been eating away at them. He's never had a childhood, so obviously he's gonna want to recreate that.
True.
Yeah.
I understand that aspect. Yeah.
You so you do you
100%
think
correct with that.
do you think Mike you think he did it? Do you think he slept with
But
those
you
kids?
think
I plead the fifth.
Yo,
In-
black people get really touchy about this subject.
In this society, we know like 5 years from now, new evidence can come out. So with the current evidence and the law, I will say that
He did it.
but it was weird to have kids at your house as a grown ass man. And the parents as well should have been punished. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not the only way if I have my kid, I don't care how rich you are, you could be the richest man in this world. My kid is not sleeping at your house unless I'm there.
You must say
with
mad.
You're crazy?
You must say mad.
So those parents, they need to get a closer look at
They
that as
need
well.
to get a whip too.
Yeah.
A whip.
Yeah.
They
They
should
they should have got some jail time for that. Definitely. You know,
yeah, they basically, if he was doing this stuff, they basically pimped out their kids. Like, that's what they did. Why are you sending your 10-year-old, your 5-year-old, or whatever age they were, to sleep in a strange man's house? You're not friends. He's not a family friend.
Exactly.
He's not babysitting.
He's just a celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So let me ask y'all this last question. I'm gonna let y'all go. With Diddy's case, no, I want to ask y'all this: do y'all think Diddy has a connection to Pac and Biggie's murder?
He was in the environment, and all the documentaries suggest, and all the spins on it suggest he had something. But it's just one of those things, like, you had to be there to know. You had to be in it to really know. Like, we can speculate based on the media that we've been presented, but at the end of the day, we don't really know. But based on speculation, whenever someone dies, it's never a random person. It's always someone that's close to you. So maybe Diddy wasn't directly involved. Maybe a friend of his was involved, so he was indirectly involved, or he knew someone that did it. But you know something, like in Jamaica, if someone dies in our community in Jamaica, we have our own suspects in our head immediately.
Because of conflicts that might happen, relationships. We understand the person and their life, so we have a better idea.
We do the maths quicker than the police. And the streets know.
The streets does.
Yeah, we do the maths quicker than the police. It's the easiest thing. Like,
Please don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, and they're not in the community, so they don't know all the family turmoil, everything that's been involved in it. All they're investigating, but they're not getting the factual on the ground information. Any information they get, watered down.
And because of cultural reasons too. Don't be an informer. Don't talk to the police. So we don't let them in. The thing is, we don't let them in for them to actually help us.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Possibility, but hopefully they will shed some more light, because once the light has been shed, things just start coming out.
Domino effect.
Yeah.
Domino effect.
Over the next few months, his life is gonna be hard. The only thing that's gonna save him is if he has a clean conscience and nothing to hide. And you don't know where you are with a clean conscience and nothing to hide. You have something, and they're gonna pick away at you.
Yeah.
Bro, like Cat Williams said, man, 2024 gonna be different. We're gonna see some shit. We're gonna see some shit.
Yeah,
are gonna be eye openers, man. And
Diddy was the first one. And guess what? OJ is dead now.
OJ died. OJ died a couple days ago. Yeah, man. How do you feel about that?
That was more of an American thing as well. Like, for us, it doesn't have the same significance.
Yeah.
It's just a fun thing we talk about when we're bored at parties. OJ, did he do it?
Did he do it?
Not do it? Like, for us, it didn't affect us the same way.
Yeah. But that court case was a big court case. It
Yeah.
was one of the most like televised court case in the world
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah,
You know,
if
so
y'all-
That Bronco
and those gloves.
in the gloves.
What will definitely happen now is that people tend to do this when people are dead. The facts come out, books come out, interviews come out, people come out starting to talk their actual experience because there's less ramifications. This person is gone now.
Real.
I can speak. So let's see if that happens. I would love if that happened. I would really want to know what
People
happened
want to know
on that night.
People want to know for sure if he killed Nicole.
Yeah.
Bro, watch the 30 for 30. Watch the 30 for 30.
I've watched a lot of these things, but at the end of it, I still feel like at the end, I don't know for sure. Because documentaries are never fully objective. Like you can watch a documentary about veganism, and after the documentary, you're like, I'm never eating meat again. And then you do one quick research, and you're like, oh, he just showed this one side of the study.
Yeah.
So it always has an end goal. So they might say they're sharing everything, but maybe I need to read court documents.
Listen, I usually
we need to read court documents.
I listen. I usually root for the brothers and everything, but in this case, I think he did it. Right? He did it.
There's a theory. There's a theory because he had arthritis. They told him to stop taking his medicine, so his hands swole, so the gloves couldn't fit him. That's another theory that I've been seeing flying around the place. You know,
and also there's this thing where most white people thinks he did it or believes he did it, whereas there's a separation in the black community, whereas it's like 50-50, 70-30. Did he do it?
It's because we always root for us. We always do. We low key hate each other. So I don't get. We are jealous of each other, but low key we love each other. That brother better end up winning. You always think that, bro.
We don't want another one to go down.
At the core, we love ourselves.
We love ourselves.
You know, we love our brothers, but we love ourselves more than we love our community.
We love our community. Damn, we got end it like that. That's a dope ass message, bro. I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Yo, is this podcast you about to do? Is it live?
No, this one won't be live. We have a guest, upcoming musician that's gonna take the world by storm.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
He's gonna take the world by storm.
Okay. Yo, so let me know when that comes out. I would like to tune into that.
It's gonna drop not next week, the following week.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Okay,
2 weeks time. We have a week behind shooting schedule right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, let us know. We'll be looking out for that, bro. What I like to do with my guests before y'all leave, if y'all could say one inspirational message to somebody that is just having a hard time right now, they're just trying to get off their feet, and they're just trying to be consistent. Y'all both give me an answer.
Say your message.
So I have the perfect message from one of my heroes. He's a national hero in Jamaica as well, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He was the first Pan-Africanist, the first one of them all, the great Marcus. He was the one who created the green, the black, and the red flag.
First Dr. Umar.
First Dr. Umar. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Only you can free yourself with your mind.
I don't even know what. I don't want to add anything after that, bro. You can cut it right now. I don't say anything. My thing would not be that good. I can't outshine that.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Just the Thought podcast. Big ups, Yadman podcast. Y'all can catch them on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Everywhere. Go check them out. We're gonna drop their URL and their links in this episode 45, dropping pretty soon. Yadman's podcast. Big up, Just the Thought podcast. We are out.
Respect.
Yes, man. Yes, respect, man.
Give thanks.
Yes, man. I appreciate you guys. Yo, I'm gonna be